Shalom. First, I want to give all praise to Yahweh Bashem Yahushai, Bashem Rakakwadash. Double honors to the apostles and the elders of Great Millstone. All right. Peace and blessings to the elect, the few Akwat who are out there listening, learning in this truth. This lesson is it's going to be a really short lesson, just focusing on bringing out two words, which is really one word, different compounds of the same word, and it's pretty much an exhortation video. In this truth, in this life, there's gonna be problems, there's gonna be trials, there's gonna be difficult times, whether it be monetary wise, health wise, problems with relationships, whatever it may be, things will come up, and your first reaction or your first impulse should always be to go to Yahweh Bashem Yahushai, right? Your immediate response or reflex. That's the word I was looking for. Your reflex should be to pray, right? And not to so much, be anxious, all right, or worry about the different things that come up in your life. And that's pretty much what I want to bring out, in these two verses. And this verse is one of my favorite verses, in the whole scriptures, because of the level of comfort that it gives you. When you're going through things. This is 1 Peter 5 verse 7. It says, casting all your care upon him, for he careth for you. Right? And we're going to take a look at that word care. Right? And the word care is from the Greek meremna, right? And it means through the idea of distraction, right? Solicitude or care. And when we go down to the biblical uses, it says care or anxiety. And that word anxiety, right, says it's a feeling of worry, right? A feeling of worry or nervousness or unease about something with an uncertain outcome, right? So that's anxiety, right? So we shouldn't be nervous, we shouldn't be worrying or uneasy about the difficulties that come up in our life. We should what? We should cast our care upon him, upon who? Upon Yahweh Bashem Yahushai. Why? Because these things are distractions, as it says, through the idea of distraction, right? And if you go down to the Theos lexicon, it says to be drawn in different directions, right? So we're drawn in different directions when we spend too much mental effort and emotional effort thinking about these different things, right? So rather than be distracted by our anxieties, right? Let's just cast them upon the Lord. Just do the work, and pray about it, and the Lord will handle it, Trust that the Lord will handle it. Right? This is Philippians chapter 4 and verse 6. Be careful for nothing, but in everything, by prayer and supplication with thanksgiving, let your requests be made known unto Yahweh. And the peace of Yahweh, which passeth all understanding, shall keep your heart and minds through Yahweh Shai. Right? Let's look up that word, be careful. So that word, be careful, is a phrase that comes from the word that we just brought out, meremna. Let's make him pronounce it. Right? It doesn't seem like it's plain. It's meremnao, right? And the Strong's info says to be anxious about, right? And if you look up that word anxious in the dictionary, the word anxious means feeling or showing worry or nervousness. So it's the same thing that we just brought out, right? Showing to be anxious, to be troubled with cares, right? So we shouldn't be troubled with care about nothing. That's what Philippians is saying. That's what Paul is saying in the book of Philippians, right? Be careful, be anxious, don't worry about anything, don't be troubled about anything, but in everything by prayer and supplication with thanksgiving, let your requests be made known unto the Most High. So throw it to the Most High, let him deal with it, because he promised that he will, right? Through his son Yahweh Shai. And it said, and the peace of Yahweh, which passeth all understanding, shall keep your hearts and minds through Yahweh Shai Mashiach. Right? So you immediately feel that peace when you trust that Yahweh Bashem Yahushai will handle it, right? I just wanted to bring out another example where that word is used in that sense. I believe it's Luke 10 and 41. Luke 10 and 41 says, and Yahushai answering and said unto her, Martha, Martha, thou art careful and troubled about many things. And that's that same word, meremnao, right? Which means anxious. Thou art anxious and troubled about many things. But one thing is needful, And Mary hath chosen that part which shall not be taken away from her, right? Which is what? Which is faith and prayer, yo. Right? So Akim, don't underestimate, right, the power of prayer, yo, right? And the peace that it brings to you. Right? Yes, we're dealing with a lot of things, and yes, sometimes our first response is to try to fix these problems ourselves, and that leads to us being anxious, that leads to us worrying, you know. But let's not do that, yo. Right? Let's throw everything to Yahushua, right? As it says, casting all your care upon him, for he cares for you. Right? This is Luke chapter 21 and verse 34. It says, and take heed to yourselves, lest at any time your hearts be overcharged with surfeiting and drunkenness and the cares of this life, and so that day come upon you unawares. And if you look up that word cares of this life, right, it goes back to the same word that we're focusing on, meremna, right, which is to be anxious, yo, care or anxiety, right? So if you're constantly thinking about these things, you're distracted, right? You're distracted, so you're not focusing on the truth, you're not focusing on doing your lessons, you're not focusing on being brotherly, you're not focusing on these prophecies, right? So that they come upon you unawares. So instead of focusing on them, right, you give them to the Lord, yo. Make your request be known to the Heavenly Father.